The evidence is consistent with mechanical asphyxia as the cause of death and homicide as the manner of death.
The autopsy shows that Mr. Floyd had no underlying medical problem that caused or contributed to his death. This is confirmed by information provided to Dr. Wilson and myself from the family. He was in good health. The compressive pressure of the neck and back are not seen at autopsy because the pressure has been released by the time the body comes to the medical examiner's office. It can only be seen, serious compressive pressure on the neck and back can only be seen while the pressure is being applied, or when, as in this instance, it is captured on video. The cause of death, in my opinion, is asphyxia due to compression of the neck, which, as Mr. Crump indicated, can interfere with blood flow and oxygen going to the brain, and compression of the back, which interferes with breathing. When he said, "I can't breathe," unfortunately, many police are under the impression if you can talk, that means you're breathing. That is not true. I am talking and talking and talking and not breathing in front of you. So the concept that a person says, "I can't breathe," like Mr. Garner, like in this instance, means you should take it seriously.
I said earlier that that ambulance was essentially a hearse for George Floyd because based on all apparent evidence, George was dead on that scene.
But for the sustained pressure on his neck and on his back, George Floyd would be alive. That's the simple premise here. When George Floyd was calling out that he can't breathe or for his mother, you could see, at least from one of the angles, the first angle that was released, that Officer Chauvin was readjusting his knee in order to further compress that tight area of the neck. That is an expression of knowledge. That taunt of readjusting his knee in order to further compress the airway and hold him down with that sustained pressure is evidence of criminal conduct.
And it just goes to show that no matter how much video you have, there are many obstacles in the criminal justice system in this country, especially when it comes to Black people who die while being restrained by white police, unfortunately. And I'm somebody, as mentioned, 50 years I worked with city and state police in New York. And I'm very pro police work in general, but there are more than a few rotten apples that come up in the deaths that occur during police restraints, and that has to be further addressed, and hopefully this will help do that.